Here's the thing too. Why would you waste your energy and time trying to get people who don't understand you or get you to like you? Do you feel like they're missing out on something? That your presence is so important that if they get to be around you, that they'll get to know how much better their life is? No, it's not going to happen. You're not that great. You're not. They're not that great either. But the difference between you and them is they don't give a fuck about you. You are staying up every night wondering why this person hates you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, oh my God, look at the bag under my eyes. 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Genius Brain Podcast Solo Edition. I am shooting this here inside my home by myself to have a conversation with all of you. Now, when I have these Genius Brain Solo podcasts, it usually happens because why? I'm a dad. I get busy. I'm a papa, man. But right now, we are currently trying to get our kid off the snoo so he can sleep without the rocking motion of the bed. And it is tough. Listen, parents out there, you can do it. If you are somebody out there who is going to be a parent and you're asking everything possible that'll help you prepare for this, just do your best. Do your best. And even then, at times when you feel like you're doing your best, you might even feel like you're failing. But guess what? All those emotions that you're feeling, all of us has felt it, and we are right there with you. Let's go ahead and get into the subject at hand today. Every now and then, if you guys go on my Facebook fan page, I'm going to ask what topics we should talk about on podcasts. And a very good topic came up because it is something that I deal with on the daily. And it's something about these type of people that I don't really understand because it is not a trait that I have. This is a trait that I'm not sure if you guys see it in like personal people in your lives, but basically somebody was asking is like, I have an issue, or they were telling me that they have an issue of wanting people to like them and they can't move past something if they know that somebody dislikes them. And they do whatever they can to fix it. A lot of people are telling them that it's a bad trait and they think that it's a good trait, that they try to either make amends or they try to appease the people. And listen, I understand. And this is such a good topic because I'll tell you this. It depends on how you really go about it, right? And sad to say, for most people who say this, usually they want people to like them all the time because, and I hate using this adjective because I feel like people overuse it a lot, but it kind of stems from being a narcissist. It's like a narcissistic trait. And let me explain to you why. The idea that somebody dislikes you confounds you. Like, you don't understand, like, what did I do to make this person dislike me? And then because you cannot get over the fact that somebody has ill will towards you, you do whatever you can, crawling, scratching, begging, whatever it is to get that person on your side, and it bothers you. You can't sleep knowing that somebody doesn't like you. And let me tell you, that is a trait of a narcissist because you find yourself to be perfect. Why would this person dislike me? Listen, sometimes people just don't fuck with you. There is no explanation for it. There is nothing that you did. There's nothing that you did specifically wrong. But sometimes people just don't fuck with you, you fucking idiot. Why? Because everybody has different upbringings. Some people like this, some people like that, some people don't like other things. Let me ask you something. Do you like everybody that you meet? And if the answer to that is no, then why the fuck does everybody have to like you? It's as simple as that. Let me tell you something. And look, I'm not talking about you mainly because I don't really know you, but I know people who cannot fathom the idea that people can dislike them. And it turns out, or it manifests into very, very bad things. Like number one of the things that can manifest to, you become a liar. You become a distrustful human being. And the reason why is because you cannot wrap your head around somebody disliking you, you become desperate to get them to like you. So you start becoming hyper agreeable. You will smile in front of these people's faces, even though you don't like them now because they don't like you, and you tend to be a fake fuck. It happens all the time. I'll give you a great example, right? And this is something that has happened in my life recently. So like I told you guys, I have a kid, right? Now, when you have a kid, something kind of switches in your brain, and it happens to almost every person that I know that had a child. That's a good person anyways. Your priority in your life starts to switch really hard. Now, even before you have a child, you have those switches. When you marry somebody, you incorporate that person in your life and that person becomes a priority, but it's very different with a child. There is this paternal instinct that kicks in that wants you to protect them. And because of that, and I was already very good at cutting people off, I am even more intense with it now. It is pretty insane. So I received a text message from a few people, right? But I'm just gonna use this one person as an example. A person texted me and it's this long text saying like, hey, I heard you had a kid. Congratulations. If you need anything or you need any help with like the parenting stuff, or if we can help you in any way, let us know. I'm super happy for you. Congrats. And I just texted back, cool, we got it. Thanks, appreciate it. Right? Because I'm trying to be cordial. What I really wanted to say was, you stupid bitch, why the fuck are you texting me? We are not friends. You know we are not friends. In fact, you know for a big fact that we are just acquaintances. You have my number because we're very cordial. But this is the person that I'm going to use it as an example. This person knows that I don't like them. Once again, I don't know if it's that they're evil, but because of their narcissistic tendencies, they are very, very dishonest human beings. To this point, this person who messaged me and texted me has complained about me to other people, saying that number one, I'm too brash, I'm too harsh, I don't care about people's feelings. Which, by the way, all true. The person's not wrong. All right? This person got a version of me that everybody gets. And because this person likes preferential treatment, has grown up around people who kind of like bow at this person's feet, they met me and we clashed. But here's the thing. This individual doesn't understand why I don't like them, even though we are two completely separate human beings. To the point, after not speaking to each other after months, they have to message me and congratulate me on this child. Even though I know, and they know that I know, that they have been talking mad shit about me. And by the way, the shit that they're talking about me doesn't bother me because it's not like it's not true. They are right. When I spoke to them, they said something stupid and I corrected their stupid fucking behavior. When they do these embarrassing things where they do this, hi, how are you type of shit, I cut that shit off and they don't like that. Guess what? You have every right to dislike me. It doesn't keep me up at night, but I don't understand why you would go out your way to congratulate and thank me, knowing that I know that you know that we don't like each other. This is fucking insanity to me. You might want to be forewarned about becoming that person. This person needs to be liked so bad to the point that they would even text and reach out to somebody that they dislike because they feel like it is the thing to do for a likable person. Fucking insane. These are the human beings that I dislike, right? And I've said it a million times before on this podcast. A likable person doesn't mean that you're a good person. A likable person means that you're very crafty at mirroring other people's behaviors. You're very crafty at mirroring things that make people like you, but nobody actually knows you. Have you ever noticed that with likable human beings that are super kind or whatever, nobody really vouches for them? You ever notice that? Besides saying like, oh, they're really cool. But these people who say that they're really cool, would they, pick their kids up from school? Do they have that type of trust? Would they pick them up from the airport in LAX? That's an LA thing. They don't have those type of relationships. They just go, oh, they're really nice and very sweet, but nobody really knows anything about them. And the reason why is because these people also have this other habit of picking people that they could use and dropping them at their convenience. This is who they are. I don't like people like that. And I can sniff that shit from a fucking mile away. And I bet you there's a lot of people who's watching this video, you probably could smell it from a mile away too. And then because you can, they don't like you. Because they have been able to get away with it for so long until you approach them. And you are the thing that starts to get people to understand who these people are. If you are somebody out there that cannot understand that somebody cannot like you, you probably have to take a step back and reevaluate who you are, why you feel this way. Listen, like I said before, not everybody has to like you. Even you don't like everybody. So what you should do is shut the fuck up and relax. It's not that big of a fucking deal. When you become that person who has to be liked by everyone, you become a dishonest human being. And I don't want people to get this twisted. It doesn't mean that you're an ass, like you have to become an asshole. Oh, so I shouldn't be nice to everybody, which by the way is a response that anytime somebody is confronted with something that they do wrong, they go, oh, well, if I do that, then I guess I shouldn't do anything at all. Be quiet. Shut your filthy fucking mouth. No, I'm not saying that you have to be the polar opposite of being a kind human being. What I am saying is that you need to assess where you put your energy in life. Life is very fucking short, in case you haven't fucking noticed. Every time you watch one of my videos, every time you see something on the phone, and the next day goes by and by and by and by, then you start to realize, oh shit, I'm in my 20s. Then you wake up again, oh shit, I'm in my 30s. Then you're in your 40s. Next thing you know, you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, if you were lucky enough to even get there, and then you're dead. Life is very, very short, and I don't mean to sound very pessimistic and morbid, but I say that as a reminder to know where you place your energy and time in. And your time and energy shouldn't be spent trying to appease to everyone and get everybody on your side, and to waste your brain energy to get people to love you at all times. Nobody has to. You're not that fucking great. FYI, you're not that fucking great. You're not. You're just a regular ass fucking human being that's very good at smiling at people. That's who you are. It's okay. Pick up your shit and fucking move on. Okay? Here's the thing too. Why would you waste your energy and time trying to get people who don't understand you or get you to like you? Do you feel like they're missing out on something? That your presence is so important that if they get to be around you, that they'll get to know how much better their life is? No, it's not going to happen. You're not that great. You're not. They're not that great either. But the difference between you and them is they don't give a fuck about you. You are staying up every night wondering why this person hates you. And they're not thinking about the same about you. They're moving on with their life. They're doing great things. And you are here stuck doing stupid shit just to beg somebody to see the light in you. And it doesn't exist. So move the fuck on. Jesus Christ, man. Genius Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Hims. Looking for a boost in the bedroom? Hims is here to help with personalized ED treatment options, and it's all online. When your car breaks down, you take it to the mechanic with no hesitation. You need it, and it's not something most guys can fix by themselves. And men should think the exact same way about ED. But the reality is you might be hesitant to seek help. Thankfully, through Hims, you can get access to personalized ED treatment without stepping outside your door. Life is stressful and you have plenty to worry about without adding performance in the bedroom to your list. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? Get that Hims. Hims is changing men's healthcare, providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. It's super easy. With hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, Hims can help you find the ED option that works for you. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/geniusbrain. That's HIMS.com/geniusbrain for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/geniusbrain. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. Just to give you a little insight about myself, growing up for me as a kid was very, very difficult. And aside from not growing up with a lot of money and everything else like that, my personality set has been like this for a very, very long time. I have always walked to the beat of my own drum. And because of that lifestyle, it was actually very, very lonely. When you are young and you're at school and you're around people who mirror and copy everybody else, just so they could fit in, so they could feel like they're a part of a group, and you don't want to do that, you live a very, very lonely lifestyle. When I was in high school and junior high, elementary school, I didn't have that many friends. I had a good handful of friends that really fucked with me and they allowed me to be myself. But there was the other people out there who never really cared for that. And it wasn't on them, right? I chose to do the things I like and do the things that I wanted to in the way that I wanted to do it. Not 100%. Like I was still a kid. I was still in high school. I was still a teenager. I still, fell for peer pressure and all that other stuff, but not to the extent of most people. And because of that, I was a little ostracized. A lot of people didn't get me. Well, in the middle of high school, I started saying, fuck it. I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want. And it actually worked out better for me in the long run, because where I am at in life and the things I have been able to do, travel the world, do films, do, Netflix shows, cooking shows, do all this other stuff. I did it in the span of 10 years. I have lived the life that I never thought I would have been able to live growing up from a small town in Sacramento. When I look back at the things that I've done and the way that I did it, I wouldn't change a thing, because a lot of the trials and tribulations of being alone because I decided to do things my way has paid out for me. All these crazy and weird stories, going out, meeting random people, collecting all this shit. It's like Thanos. I'm like the Thanos of stories, because I just didn't want to put myself in a box. And like I said, it was very, very hard growing up. I felt like nobody understood me. I felt that nobody could get me, besides my best friend. And I remember at times just hating my life. Being in my room, being like, why the fuck am I even doing the things the way that I do it? Maybe I should just go ahead and do this, kick it with these people and do it their way. But every time I would try to be something that I was not, it would eat me up inside. And I had a big portion of my life, specifically in high school, where I tried to be like an asshole. I was, I never joined a gang, obviously, right? But I was around a lot of people who did a lot of bad things. And these people affected how I spoke, how I carried myself, how I viewed human life. And every day that I was around them, I felt like a part of me was dying, because I allowed it to happen. Like a part of me would die every time I would hang out with these people, because I couldn't be myself. And if I was myself, I would be ostracized. People would call me stupid, or at the time gay. And then slowly I started to realize, after I started distancing myself from these people who didn't really actually care about me, didn't allow me to be myself, was that in the times that I was by myself, at least I could be myself. And those lonely times suddenly felt a lot better. Those times that I had to reflect on the things that I was doing, where I wanted to go in life, and the things that I wanted to pursue. It would have never happened if I didn't choose to do the things that I wanted to do. And I continued to follow what other people expected out of me. That was probably one of the biggest reasons why, I stopped acting. I did everything else. I mean, we talked about the multiple reasons. I don't want to go ahead and get into that again, but being in this space and choosing my own, that's my baby, and choosing my own destiny has been very, very important for me. And I wonder if that's important for you guys out there. When you choose to do the things that you love, and sometimes do things that people don't understand, it's going to be very difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you right now that, oh yeah, when you're exploring all these different options, it's going to be the most exciting times of your life forever. And it's not. It's not going to be like that. There'll be times where you have to ruminate. There'll be times where you're going to second guess all your choices, because you have to choose to do things that other people don't like simply because you feel that it's right. You're going to feel left out. It's going to be hard to find people that you can trust. And it's going to be even harder to find people who are going to accept who you really are. And I'm going to tell you, you are going to have a hard, hard time. But when you wait it out and you don't think about the quantity of friendships and relationships that you have, and you think about the quality man, those 4 or 5 people in your back pocket who are there for you 24/7, nothing is going to beat that. I've had the same friends since I was in high school, even junior high. And fuck that, even elementary school, I had the same friends. We may not talk as much as we used to, but I give credit to them all the time. They were a major part of my sanity growing up. When I couldn't find people who gave a shit about me, they were there for me. When I was doing stand-up, nobody would go to these shows. They would support me. That's why my best friend is still my best friend. We don't get to talk as much, especially since I had the kid. But my boy Gabo, I fucking love that guy. That guy to me is, I'll never say this is bitch ass's face. I'll say it in this video. He don't watch my fucking podcast. He has molded so much of who I am. If you think I walk to the beat of my own drum, you should see this guy fly. We both grew up in South Sacramento. We grew up with not much money, right? Didn't grow up in a great neighborhood. Go up around bullshit around us every fucking day. Trap houses, whatever. You fucking name it. He's a fucking doctor. He's a fucking doctor. Still blows my mind till this day. In my 30s, I still can't wrap my head around that. He's an idiot just like me. But listen, I look to that guy whenever I have self-doubt about the things that I do, and I think about Gabo and I go, Gabo did it his way. And if I don't continue to do what I'm doing the way that I want to, I'm gonna let that guy down. That's my best friend. He's kind of like my North Star. These are the relationships that I have garnered over time. And he's somebody in my life that has allowed me to be myself. And when we were younger, we used to butt heads all the fucking time. And without having somebody there to allow me to be myself, I don't think I would be here. He was the one going to my comedy shows. He was the one saying like, yo, pursue this, do that. When I moved to LA, this guy was so fucking supportive of me. Without him, there would be no me. So yes, it's hard. There are probably things that he doesn't know that I was going through at the time, but just having his presence there, knowing that he was supporting me, helped me out. Listen, this journey that you are going to go through your life, pursuing the things that you want and going through personal development is going to be difficult. Accept that. For people out there who don't accept that, the road becomes so much harder because you have your expectations up here. You expect everything to work out perfectly. And when it doesn't, you go, why is this happening to me? If you go in with the mindset and you say, I understand this is going to happen to me, but I am going to get stronger from it, it changes your perspective and it makes these hardships a lot easier. And by the way, I want the fucking hardships. You should want it too. Because when you come out the other side, you will be a better person. I fucking guarantee it. Every time you survive some bullshit, doing the things that you know is right, I guarantee you, you will not regret it. You can die knowing that you did the right thing. You can leave this earth knowing that you did everything in your power and you chose to do it your way and you chose happiness, you chose personal growth, you chose mental stability. I don't regret a fucking thing in my life. And I've said it before, some people don't believe it. Because every little fucking mistake and fuck up has led me to where I am now. I am married. I have a beautiful child. I have multiple businesses. I still do YouTube for fun. My life is so fucking good sometimes I can't even believe it. And I'm not rich. Fucking condo. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my fucking fridge. If I wanted to get food tomorrow, I could swipe my credit card, my ATM, whatever the fuck it is, and I can get food. That's all I ever wanted in life. And I had that and then some. There is nothing you can tell me that I should have done differently to get to this point in my life. I live a life of fucking graciousness every day, and you don't have to believe it. I show it every day to the people that are close to me. I am so grateful to be able to be alive. Both my parents are still alive. I have a kid, for crying out loud. I still can't wrap my head around it. Life and God has been so good to me. I don't know why. I don't understand it. Why? I don't get it. Like I said, I suffer from survivor's guilt or fucking imposter syndrome or whatever the fuck you call it. But one of the things that I grew up knowing is that I have to live life with a very gracious heart. And it's helped me prioritize what's important to me. When I used to go to church quite frequently, I went on these mission trips. And I know a lot of you hate to hear this, but it's like when somebody says, well, somebody else out there doesn't have what you have, and you go, blah, blah. If you've never seen it, you will never understand how poignant that statement is. Seeing people go without what you have and you complaining about the stuff that they wish that they had puts life in a very different perspective. I am forever grateful for the people in my life. I am forever grateful for the position that I am in. And I'm not a huge major celebrity, especially what people expected out of me. I'm not that guy. I never will be. I don't fucking care for it. Why do you think I shit on so many other fucking actors and shit out there that I've met in person? I see how fucking trash and terrible they are. You guys don't see it. You guys don't care. And it's fine. But I do, and I'll call it out. Anyways, what a fucking tangent. Listen, the journey of self-improvement is tough. You'll get through it. I hope this podcast helped you in any type of way. This podcast is random. It's based on most people's questions that you guys ask. But either way, Genius Brain every Sunday at 12 p.m. Love you guys very much. Short episode by myself. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.